Bigfoot in Michigan. We've been studying this claim for years here on Michigan Magazine through interviews with both skeptics and believers, through our TV show and through our Bigfoot bashes that were held at the former Michigan Magazine Museum. We've heard and seen some very convincing claims. National and international researchers have made their way to Michigan, stopping off to discuss the phenomenon with Michigan Magazine. These are very sincere researchers who explored the furthest and most remote places on this earth in search of Bigfoot. While in Michigan, many have discovered and recorded what they say is definitive proof that Bigfoot is alive and well in the forests of Michigan. To emphasize this claim, we have discovered at least 35 documented cases within a close proximity to our event center in Cummins. The Bigfoot bashes are no longer held at our event center, but we understand there's a very active Cummins group still in existence doing research and holding meetings. But there's one event you as a curious individual may be interested in attending this year. It's occurring in Ogemaw County, the first part of August. It's called Bigfoot Discovery Days in conjunction with the Logs and Legends Weekend in West Branch. Featured speakers include world-renowned investigator Dr. Jeff Muldrum and regional investigators Phil Shaw and Jim Sherman. Michigan Magazine met one early afternoon with the planning and organizational committee at Mac's Place, a familiar family restaurant on the west side of town on M55. This is where planning really began when resident researcher and committee member Phil Shaw thought the time was right.
I think I was the instigator. I've had some close encounters and so many stories. I'm up to 38 incidents of Bigfoot activity. And this one day there back in the spring, I was on the way north, and out of the blue it says, you know, we should have a Bigfoot conference here. I've been to about 10 different conferences, and we do have really quite a number of people who have seen, heard, found evidence of Bigfoot here. And I started asking people to be on a committee, and we have a great group that's working together.
I have not had a sighting or an incident that made the hair stand up on the back of my neck, but I've believed in Bigfoot my entire life. I became interested while still in elementary school, believe it or not, and I've just followed along over the years. About 3 years ago, a little more, I was on the BFRO website reading some media reports, and I saw a report in the Bay City Times about a West Branch researcher, and being from West Branch, I really wanted to contact him. Looked his number up, gave him a call, and we went to Oklahoma in October of 2010 together to a big conference there in Honobia, Oklahoma. And Phil and I have overnighted in the woods on the Rifle River and some local areas where there's been some reports. We're going today up to my old Fairview area to look at some footprints that have been reported to us. So I just followed my own interest and ran into Phil, and the rest is history, so to speak.
Well, believe it or not, my involvement became one morning when I was sitting at the table of knowledge here at Mac's Place, and Phil Shaw sat down beside me and smiled and said, do you know anything about Bigfoot? I said, well, no, not really. And so he went on to explain himself and what his project or his endeavor was here to do this. And he says, don't tease me about it. So I won't tease you. He says, but if you want to help me, I'd appreciate it. So here I am. That's what I'm here for. And I try to not tease, but cause conflict whenever I can to make sure things are going good. I'm not a skeptic. My Bigfoot research has been online, and I can say that when Phil first asked me, I was holding back a gesture of laughter and smile, and then I started researching it, and I can see where there's anybody that says it's just not possible is for sure they're not a believer, but for sure they haven't checked into it either. So.
Well, I am new to this. I first met Phil, about a couple months ago for another meeting that we were doing for the county, and I helped him work on his Bigfoot presentation, and so this is actually my first meeting. I've never had any experiences other than watching TV or on the internet. People are skeptical, you know, should I say something, shouldn't I? Because, you know, there's a lot of, for every believer, there's the non-believers, you know, there's somebody to shoot you down.
It's new for me. I heard that he talked to the area merchants at one of their meetings, and that's how I found out about it. I work at the chamber. So it just piqued my interest. I know that BFRO was here last year in the area, and it's a hot topic right now, and I think it's neat and interesting, and I'm open to believing. I've never had any experiences or anything like that, so I'm just here because I like the subject, and I think it's great, and getting people to the area. So
On Friday, August 2, we have a part of the Fabulous Fridays, which is Logs and Legends. We're going to have a number of things posted around town from 6 to 9, including Bigfoot sounds, vocalizations, videos of the 21 best videos of Bigfoot, the Shaw Bigfoot Project, which a lot of people have been found to be very humorous. We're going to have a look-alike contest and a vocalization, a scream howl contest that night. And so that's on Friday night, and that's free. And book signings, yes, Dr. Jeff Meldrum is coming, and he'll be here on Friday night. Of course, at noon on Friday, he's going to Commons for lunch, and he's gonna talk to them up there where the Bigfoot Bash used to be. Then on Saturday in the West Branch Community Center next to the high-rise, we're going to have, starting at 8:30, we're going to have various speakers. Dr. Meldrum is going to speak in the morning and in the afternoon. We have a Jim Sherman coming from Birmingham who has done an excellent job of recording a lot of Bigfoot sounds. I'm going to do an hour presentation, PowerPoint, of the stuff that I have found just around West Branch. So it should be a fun time. There is a charge for the Saturday, that is $15 a person. There is a chance with only seating of 300 on Saturday that we might run out of seating. And it would be a shame if people can't come to this, which is pretty rare. This is probably the largest Bigfoot conference that has been done in Michigan.
So there you have it. Skeptics and believers alike should find this a most enlightening seminar. For more information, visit their event website or contact Phil Shaw or Amanda Charles at the West Branch Chamber of Commerce office. We'll see you there.